Hello everybody, my name is معلم from class 10E. Today I'm going to talk about energy. First, let's talk about types of energy. First, you have kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is associated with motion. So any object has motion has kinetic energy. For example, a car moving with a specific speed or a guy running, that's the motion of an object. So he has kinetic energy. But if a backpack is sitting on a chair, it doesn't have motion, so it doesn't have kinetic energy. Then you have the potential energy, which is the storage of an energy, storing energy. But in the potential energy, we have two types: gravitational potential energy, which is using gravity, and elastic potential energy, which is mainly used using elastic like spring or elastic band. So let's start with kinetic energy. First, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, as we said, is associated with motion. And every type of energy used in physics must have equation. And the equation of kinetic energy is Ke, which is kinetic energy equal 1/2 mv squared. M stands for mass, V stands for velocity. And there is important detail. If the mass is doubled, the kinetic energy is doubled. But if the velocity is doubled, kinetic energy is quadrupled. So keep an eye out of these details. Okay, let's take an example. If a question tells you, find the kinetic energy. First, you need to find the given. If it tells you, you have the mass is 10, m equal 10, then you have the velocity of 8. So use the equation K equal 1/2 mv squared, 10, then times 8 squared, K will be equal to 320 using a calculator. So this is for kinetic energy. So let's begin with the gravitational potential energy. As we said, gravitational potential energy is used when gravity is involved with a potential energy. And gravitational potential energy is also stands for GPE. The equation for gravitational potential energy is equal mgh, which is mass gravity times height. Let's take an example. If you have a hill and the height of a hill is 18, and you have a guy falling down, and he has the mass of 45. You need to find the gravitational potential energy. And as we know, gravity is 9.81 or 10 if you want to round it. In the end, you have the same answer. So let's put it 45 times 10 times 18. Using a calculator, it will be equal 8,100. So this is how to solve a gravitational potential energy. Let's go to the elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy, or you can see PEA, potential energy elastic, is equal to 1/2 kx third. Now you're gonna say it's like the kinetic energy, but K stands for the spring constant and X is the change in the spring, and it's cube. So let's take an example. If you have a spring, then you want to stretch the spring, it become like this, correct? Then it tells you find the elastic potential energy. Sorry about that, I missed it. Find the elastic potential energy. Okay, use the equation 1/2. Then it tells you the constant of the spring is 30, so you put 30. The change is 2, so you put 2. Then use cube, and the answer will be 120 using a calculator. And this is energy thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy me explaining energy lesson.